Hello. You just missed the last about 5 minutes of me awkwardly fiddling with the camera to figure out where the hell to put it to catch the sunrise. I wanted to have a dramatic log next to me so I could sit and ponder, but you're going to just have me awkwardly stand here instead. Well, I do want to try sitting on that over there, though. We'll see. I was hoping this will maybe be a video where I'm not awkwardly cutting like every 30 seconds, splicing together random clips of me talking to cut out all the awkward pauses, but nah, it's definitely going to be one of those videos. How far away am I? Maybe I could do... Nope, that's not going to work. No. That's fine. Yeah, right now I'm here in Richmond Park. It is currently 5:03 a.m. I decided to stay up last night because I wanted to make a video of me giving my thoughts about the last 4.5 months. One of the good things about staying up late and being just a little sleep deprived is it kind of helps you put away that filter for yourself. I don't talk in front of the camera all that often, to be perfectly honest, but it's something I want to do more of. Want to document. I didn't come into this with any sort of plan of what I wanted to say in this video. Just that I wanted to collect my thoughts. I've been here for, like I said, 4.5 months, and I hadn't seen really a single sunrise here in London. I'd seen plenty of sunsets, but no sunrises, which is fairly common in most of our lives. Maybe because we never want to wake up early enough. Well, that's just kind of how things work. Well, I'm going to see if I can get up here. Oh, I'm not getting on this. This is not happening. Let me give it a shot. I actually did that. I'm kind of impressed in myself. I like sitting. It makes me feel... It makes me helps me be a little more dramatic. Giving a nice little presentation. Okay, but why am I making this video? What am I trying to say? I had a few ideas for what I wanted this video to be about, such as, why I studied abroad, what I learned studying abroad, something about self-growth. And I hope to touch on those things, but it's a little difficult to figure out where to begin, honestly. I'm a junior right now, about to enter my senior year of college. I think one of the weirdest things is, to the surprise of no one, that college did fly back. That college did fly by pretty quickly. I've talked about this with great lengths to many people that 4 years of high school seem to last forever, and that makes sense in the context of when that's happening. It's like a quarter of your life at that point. And then literally only 4 years later, and it feels like it happened, like that. It's strange. And I guess I think about that because I'm a very introspective person. I'm too introspective. I'm borderline narcissistic in how introspective I am. And I often self-reflect on how I've changed as a person. And one of the things that always terrifies me is that I'm not changing enough. Those of you that really know me know that despite being fairly confident in the things I do and my accomplishments, I am also a very anxious, insecure idiot half the time. I'm insecure about my future. I'm insecure about friends drifting apart. I'm insecure what the world is going to look like next week, and if it's going to completely derail the good memories that I'm making right now. And because of that, I often wonder, am I doing enough to sort of like secure my future, if that makes sense? And where exactly am I going with this? I think what fascinates me is how we as people define value in our lives. Like I said, as a very self-reflective person, I'm always questioning my worth in the world, which can be a very dangerous catalyst for some fairly self-deprecating thoughts, to be perfectly honest. And it's one that I'm sure many of you relate to. It's sort of, the inherent insecurity you have of being young, but it's an insecurity that I've always had. And I've always felt odd about it because I've generally always had everything going for me. I've always had supportive systems, supportive friends, supportive family. And yet I'm always questioning, am I doing enough? Am I good enough as a person? Blah, 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 the worth. And so I think what that leads to is many times I feel the need to almost prove something to myself. And whether that's proving my abilities matter, whether that's proving that, I'm important in people's lives, or that's, proving something. And I think that all goes back to why I studied abroad in the first place. I think deep down the reason I studied abroad is I felt like I needed to prove something to myself. And I think what that was is that in fall of junior year, or going into junior year, I was looking at where I left off at the end of high school and where I was there, 2 years later. And I felt like I'd hardly changed as a person. And maybe that's okay. I mean, how much are you supposed to change in 2 years? But, I would look at some of my other friends, I would look at other people and how much they would, put an effort to sort of redefine who they were, to really, find themselves. And because of that, I felt terrified that I was not changing enough. And so I felt the need to study abroad as almost like a hard reset to truly go off on a spin-off TV series adventure to figure out if I could really survive by myself without any of these ties to my past. And I suppose what I really mean by that is, again, it goes back to questioning my worth as a person. Because I think in many of our lives, our worth is defined by, our family, our friends, our accomplishments. And we carry those attributes and we think about, and we look at them and we go, oh, well, this is who I am and this is why I'm important. But I always wonder, if you strip all of those away and you just throw someone in a completely new environment, can they still be happy by themselves? And on the topic of being happy by yourself, I think that's been one of the greatest challenges I've faced in my life. I always enjoy having people to lean back on as far as connections and making memories with people. And, maybe that's just being human after all. But I always question, if I didn't have any of those systems, who would I be? It's a nice sunrise. Hope that's looking good in camera. Hold on, I'm gonna hop down from here. One second, I'm gonna check the camera real quick and then I'll continue. We still recording? Yes, we are. Oh, yeah, we are. Looks a little bit better. No, where was I going with this? No, being happy alone. I don't mean for this video to be some weird, therapeutic kind of piece of content for myself, but if I'm being perfectly honest, I mean, that's why many of us make videos and write and make music and draw. I mean, it's kind of our driving factor. What am I saying? This is a strange video. All right, well, hold on. Let me try this again. One of my favorite pieces of media in all of, art, film, books, video games, is this one video game I played, I guess, 4 years ago now, called Celeste. And hopefully not too many of you are rolling your eyes at that topic. But the general premise of the game is you're playing this girl who is trying to climb to the top of a mountain. And the mountain's full of magic and monsters. And I always relate to the game because she's climbing this mountain purely because she also has something to prove to herself. And she has something to prove mainly because she feels insecure about her worth as a person as well. She's insecure about the people in her lives, the people she affects. And for her, climbing the mountain, it's sort of like this expectation that if she gets to the top, then she'll feel like she's finally done it, and that's it. I think in trying to study abroad, I was trying to sort of get rid of this part of myself that I didn't like. I was trying to get rid of this part of myself that didn't believe I could be a social butterfly. I was trying to extinguish this person that, couldn't be outgoing, this person that couldn't be, actively, partying. If I want to give any structure to this video, I think it's that what I've learned from study abroad is I think I feel a little bit more whole with who I am. I think for a while I was scared that I was failing at study abroad, so to speak, not academically, but I think failing at the expectations I set for myself. I think I went in with these expectations that I was going to have a new beginning where I would be this new social butterfly that was outgoing and be a completely different person. And while maybe that works for some people, I found that wasn't so easy. And because of that, I felt very lonely. I felt very isolated a lot of the time. But I think that's only because sort of that negative self-talk, you begin to believe it. Because what I found is by the end of the semester, I had accomplished a lot. I had traveled a lot. I'd made a very small handful of friends, but people that genuinely cared about me. And I think I understand that, I'm never going to have like this huge network of like best friends I'm going to have forever. People are going to come and go always, and that's just the way things are, which is something I've been a little scared to admit. And as I started to accept that, I started to look around and really see just how much there was to experience on my own. I started to realize I could still be happy by myself, as lonely as that sounds. I could still be happy enjoying life by myself and not have to be insecure about not doing enough. Because I think the worth that we give to our lives is, it's all relative, I think. If you feel like you're not doing enough, it depends. Do you feel like you're not doing enough for yourself, or you feel like you're not doing enough compared to others? Because when you start comparing yourself to others, well, that's where things start to fall apart, I've noticed. As I got to the end of the semester, I guess I realized that when I look back at myself from this same time around 4 years ago, I think I am a different person. At the very least, I feel healthier. I feel surprisingly happier, I think, with my future. I think at times I do feel lonelier. And I think that's because I just naturally sometimes miss the simplicity of the friendships I had in high school. But that's okay. Because those friends are still around, and I can still talk to them. And some of you who have the notifications turned on are probably watching this right now, and I thank you. And I thank you for continually being my friend and somehow still putting up with me. I might look at this video and cringe a little bit whenever I watch back on it, but I wanted to be sincere in what I was talking about. Really, when I separate myself from that person from 3-4 years ago, I think I did succeed at starting anew here in London. You know, I think when we're still teenagers, we're really, really egotistical and have this huge sense of, I think, self-importance in our lives. At least I know I did. I think that comes with the territory of, like, you know, trying to, you know, do academic excellence and trying to do all these amazing things and get into these amazing schools. You're writing these essays about how amazing and awesome of a person you are, or how much you've, you know, experienced in life. But, you know, I think that made me feel a lot of pressure as well, mostly from myself, that, you know, because of the things I accomplished in school and because of the expectations I think that teachers had of me and because of the expectations that even friends have had of me. And to this day, you know, friends would be like, oh, you know, look forward to seeing you get your Oscar, which I know is a joke. But I think I kind of hate those expectations, to be perfectly honest. I think I enjoy just being Victor, just being a person that kind of goofs off and plays video games, watches movies. The channel was called I Like Movies still. I think I've committed to the fact that I'm never going to name it Victor Torres. I'm not going to put that kind of weight on a name, okay? My name, I Like Movies, says it all. That's who I am. That's who I want to be. And that's what I want on my tombstone, okay? Like, in, God willing, 60, 70 years, I want on my tombstone to say, I like movies. No, I mean, trying to wrap up this video feels like, you know, writing your conclusion at the end of an essay at the very last minute, honestly. But I think if there's something I really want to say, it's that I don't know what I want to say, honestly. I'm walking out here at 5:30 in the morning to capture a beautiful sunset. I am rambling about random nonsense about insecurity and feeling that I've grown as a person and wondering about where our places exist in the universe. And I don't know. But I guess what I do know is that that's a nice sunrise. And I like a nice sunrise. If you're watching this, you know, friends, family, I infinitely thank you for your support in my life and making me feel normal and not like a lunatic. And I genuinely really do appreciate you, and I always will. I feel like I still have a lot to grow as a person. I still have a long way to go before I feel like I'm truly whole. I don't know how long that's going to take, but I feel slightly more whole. I feel I've done a lot. Yeah. Cool. Enjoy the sunrise.
Let's say sunshine for everyone, but as far as I can remember, we've been migratory animals living under changing weather. Someday we will foresee obstacles through the blizzard. Today we will sell our uniform. together.
I don't know how long did my camera already fall? Yes, it did. Come on, you got this. They don't want to set up the tripod again. I don't want the video to sound like I'm depressed or anything, but I just wanted to make something that I can look back on a year from now and see the true, honest version of myself that is grateful for the time I had here, acknowledging that I've had some bad days, acknowledging that I've had some good days, and acknowledging that really I came here because I was trying to figure some stuff out about myself. That person running here. And I think all in all, to try and end on a more positive note, I have figured things out. I visited, 5-6 countries. I have 2 to 3 really kind and loving friends. And I have friends at home who constantly check in, ask how I'm doing. I have family that's always asking how I'm doing. And I just wanted to make a video where I have a nice bookend to that experience. I'm definitely going to make a documentary sort of about everything that happened the last 5 months here. But I wanted to make something just completely honest, putting everything on the table. I'm someone that, if you know me, I wear my heart on my sleeve pretty much all the time, with the exception of if you're honestly, I guess, meeting me for the first time, in which case I think I do a pretty good job of putting on a fun show. I'm someone that likes to make people laugh. I'm someone that ultimately just wants to make other people happy. And in doing that, sometimes I forget to, really check in on myself. And it's good. It's been a good semester. And I'm feeling really good about myself. Admittedly, a 5-month vacation will hopefully make you feel good about the future, but it really wasn't the vacation that made me feel good about myself. It was feeling accomplished that I actually did make it here, and feeling accomplished that I am of value, even isolated from everything. That I'm still me all the way out here. As a kid, I wanted to be like a not even that long ago. In high school, I thought, oh, I'll be a YouTuber. I'll make content. I'll make entertainment online. But I think I just want to make my YouTube channel for my own personal memories and making stuff with my friends. When I look back at the videos that I create, my favorite video is always the stuff that I make with my closest friends from high school, my friends at TCU. And it's good to just make something for yourself. This is I Like Movies. Subscribe and comment and leave a like. I don't know, do something or do nothing. Alright. Alright. Hopefully this video doesn't turn like shit.